Oh my goodness, it's actually that warm. No, it's not warm. It's that cold. My bike is smoking. So greetings, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, likers, dislikers, commenters, new subscribers, old subscribers, and just generally anybody who watches these videos. Welcome back. Oh, it is icy. Not even 200 yards into the journey, and my hands are frozen. And yes, you have probably noticed it is dark. That is because it is nighttime. And if it is nighttime, it means that it's a dark video. The most underwhelming videos you will ever record in your motovlogging life on YouTube. What a blinded me. Casually want to say first and foremost, thank you very much for commenting. Neutraled myself. Thank you to everyone who commented on the recent video. Thank you. You're giving me the effort, or not even the effort, you're giving me the ideas. So, I know what I'll do. It's dark and it's uninteresting, I know that, I'm sorry, but here are some of my top tips for riding in the colder times, the cold weather. Tip number 1: always start your bike and let it run. I am not the type of person that does that. I rarely do it. But when the temperatures start getting a bit cold and you can almost feel it in the bike, it tells you, or you can hear it. You know, run the bike for 10-15 minutes if you have to. Get out when you're going out 10-15 minutes before, start it. If you're going to do it and you live in a street, I would advise you not to, or keep the locks on it until you leave. Tip number 2, it's not a race. 9 times out of 10 accidents in the winter on motorcycles are weather related. You can't go Valentino Rossi round corners, or you'll do a Marquez round corners. Low and slow, high gear, low drive. By that I mean, the higher the gear, the less your wheel's going to be spinning, and the less sort of revs you're using. So if you're right down low in the gears and throttle it, you're more likely to spin out. Tip number 3: I personally wear a heavy jacket, as you know and you can see, but under the jacket I wear very little. I'll start wearing base layers and stuff. Come the winter, because, well, it acts like a jumper sometimes. For me, I do it because basically you don't want to be lugging around a big heavy hoodie underneath your jacket. You need to stay sharp for, well, the road condition. 1, 2, 3. I've already forgot which number I'm on. So yeah, dress warm but not thick, if that makes sense. Number 4, check your tires. I'm recently a victim of this, where, hold on a minute, left the bike in to get stuff done, and my back tire, my Pilot Road 4, is probably flatter than Fred Flintstone's foot. Sometimes I actually like to run tires like that, because bigger there's a bigger contact surface on the ground, you know, but it is hell when you're trying to corner. But it helps sometimes. I'm not saying run an illegal tire before any of you little keyboard warriors get involved. I have actually bought new tires. It's just I wanted to get the right tires with going from winter environment to a summer environment. It is better to have a tire that's going to handle one and still have a good tread for the other. Number 5, plan your route. Yeah, that would be a big one. Plan your route, because there's nothing worse than taking a road that's frozen. What I tend to do is, on the motorway especially, if you've seen coming in, there's 3 lanes. I will stay in the first lane most of the time, or the second lane. Third lane it isn't used as much, so always consider that it could be ungridded or untreated. I have had instances where the back end had got a little bit happy, and let's just say my butt was puckered at that time, because it is not a fun experience. And number 7, the last one, which I would recommend for people is, and I fell victim to this one, if it is way too cold and way too icy, don't take the bike. Organise a lift the night before. It's really, 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 really not worth it. Sometimes it is. It's not worth the hassle of risking your life. As like the start of the year, I had ventured out in the snow, and it was like stupidly deep, and people were looking at me as if I was stupid, and it was stupid of me to go out in that weather. There's the Gritter! Hello! Hello, Mr. Gritter! Spewing out little shards of nastiness. So yeah, there's some of the things I take into consideration when riding in the winter. Now at the minute it's probably like 1, maybe 2 degrees, but overnight it does get cold, and you can't see ice, and you maybe you see the frost, but you can't see the ice, which can get a bit nasty. But like what I say is not gospel, so don't be like, oh, Donkey told me to do it this way. This is my tips. I ride all year round. I think I've missed like, I think this 2018 I've missed like a week, 2 weeks, no, a week. I think it's like a whole like 6 days or something I've missed riding, and that was because of the snow. It was like 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days at the most. Face mask would be a definite. But in the comment section below, let me know what your tips are, because if someone watches this video and goes, oh here, them tips were handy, and then reads through the comment section, it means then they're picking up everybody else's tips and maybe things that other people do that I don't. It's all advice for everybody. But as always, like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And remember, keep it lit. If you can't keep it lit, well, it's probably winter and you need to put your bike away.
Incoming!